Severe erosion on Lido Beach has those who live and work there concerned. Plus, a rude awakening for a Northport woman, why an alarming phone call led police to swarm her home. And the #1 school in Florida, right here on the Suncoast. We'll tell you which others made the top 100 list. Your Suncoast News.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Topping our news tonight, the erosion on Lido Beach continues to get worse. It's gotten so severe in some parts of the beach, the property owners and beach visitors are alarmed. Now, these are some of the pictures sent in to us earlier today of that erosion, which is about waist high. ABC7's Rick Adams takes a closer look at the problem and what the city of Sarasota is looking to do to solve the issue.
Well, take a good look at this beach erosion. It's nearly as tall as I am. It's something that has a lot of folks here on Lido Beach very concerned.
It was extremely shocking.
That's the reaction from many people visiting parts of Lido Beach. Recent storms have showcased just how severe the erosion is, washing away large portions of sand on the southern end of the beach. Roland Littlefield and his wife have never seen it this bad in the 20 years they've been coming here from South Carolina.
I had no idea that the problem here was as bad as it is. All of this happened pretty much this weekend with the storm that came through, and that wasn't a big storm. What if a hurricane comes through?
This is upsetting for those who oversee the Gulf Beach Resort. Guests of the resort and other resorts next door have a challenging time just to get to and from the beach because of the erosion. Concrete and rocks are now visible in sections that were completely covered by sand. At the Gulf Beach Resort, they've even had to put warning tape around their popular tiki hut because of the dangers.
It's concerning a great deal because the beach is our livelihood. We've been in rental business since this place was built in 1949-50.
These erosion issues at Lido Beach is on the city of Sarasota's radar. The short-term plan is to have an emergency renourishment project before the end of the year where sand would be taken from new paths to repair the beach. The city is also aggressively looking at a long-range project.
It's a 50-year project where we have a commitment from the Army Corps to help fund the project for a 50-year time period from the start when we do our first renourishment project. And then that one's designed with some terminal groins to lock the sand in so the sand stays in place longer.
And the city of Sarasota says the short-term solution to this beach erosion will happen in the coming months. It can't come soon enough for a lot of folks. Reporting from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thanks, Rick, for that update. New at 11, the city of Bradenton Beach is suing 6 former advisory board members claiming that they violated sunshine laws by trying to form a shadow government. Former Mayor Jack Clark and the city attorney were the whistleblowers against these former members. In their lawsuit, they say 3 former members of the Planning and Zoning Board formed an outside group that met multiple times to discuss city issues, primarily whether a parking garage fit in the city's comprehensive plan. Paralegal consultant Michael Barfield says the city has since spent around $150,000 in attorney's fees, partly to research nearly a year of public meetings and emails to see if these secret meetings influenced any city decisions.
Cleaning up sunshine law violations is costly because it is like a cancer to any form of government that we know.
There was ways that they could have taken care of this early on. There may have been some repercussions, but they certainly would have not have been dragged out this far, this long, and at this cost to the citizens of the Bradenton Beach.
The city's legal counsel says there are depositions scheduled later this month, and they are pushing for a trial by the end of the summer or early fall. An important health alert tonight involving 4 popular beaches here on the Suncoast. Sarasota County health officials are issuing a no-swim advisory for Turtle Beach, Venice Fishing Pier Beach, and Minnesota Key Beach. Health officials say the advisory was issued because bacteria levels are not at acceptable limits. The beaches are not closed, but you shouldn't swim or wade in the water until that advisory is lifted. The next round of test results will be available tomorrow. Probably not one of the best days to head to the beach. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan to see if tomorrow looks better. Bob?
Well, tomorrow is going to look a little bit better. Some drier air has slipped in right now, so things have cleared out quite nicely here along the Sun Coast. We are looking at that line of intense storms, though. See that spreading right through the northern Bahamas, just off the coast of Daytona Beach. This is going to stay there, too. It's not going to move back toward us. There are some showers out there, a little piece of energy, but we showed you earlier tonight at 6 o'clock some dry air in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. Was just kind of morphed right into that low pressure spin just off the coast of Sarasota, and that kind of dried things out. There's not much going on out there right now, and rainfall totals were very impressive. We had 4.8 inches there near Lakeland and Plant City. You can see that that's estimates, but an actual rain gauge measured over 7 inches of rain in just less than a couple of hours. That caused some problems with flooding. But notice Manatee County, east of and west of I-75 right there. Not much going on today in northwest Braden. It was quiet. Anna Maria, a few showers. North Sarasota, even near Bayshore Gardens and at the airport, only 1/100th of an inch. Most of the rain fell well inland, although we did see a lot of clouds today. We didn't get much rain near the coast. I mentioned that dry air lobe. There it is right there. You can kind of see it spinning right into our coast earlier this evening. There's still some moisture out there. There's still some energy down to our south. We'll have to keep an eye on that as it kind of works its way northward. There's a chance we could see some scattered storms tomorrow. Again, the dry air to the west of us is staying there for now. If it were to slip in, it would mean a whole different forecast for the weekend. We'll let you know about that coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, Bob. We'll talk to you soon. Sarasota police are partnering with Florida Fish and Wildlife to take part in Boating Safety Inspection Day. Officers will be at the 10th Street boat ramp to survey boats for concerned owners. The free event is open to the public this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1. The Van Wezel Performing Arts Center is now back in the design plans for the redevelopment of Sarasota's Bayfront. When these three plans were revealed to Sarasota residents, the community liked certain aspects of each design, but many expressed concern that the Van Wezel wasn't a part of the new plans. Now there are 3 new design plans the community will be able to give input on starting next week, each design including the Van Wezel. But just because it's in the designs does not mean it's here to stay. The Van Wezel is owned by the city, so it's up to the city commission to decide whether the city needs a new performing arts center or if the Van Wezel will stay where it is.
The biggest variable there is sea level rise and climate change. There are areas of that building that power the building and its infrastructure that are literally under sea level right now. So how do we deal with that in the future?
We really do need a new facility in order to compete with other performing arts centers, and as it exists now, it really can't be refurbished to accomplish what needs to be done.
There will be 3 community feedback sessions held next week. You can see a list of those on your screen. At Monday's commission meeting, the design team will be presenting their plans to commissioners. The town of Longboat Key is asking the Florida Department of Transportation to re-examine the location of 6 crosswalks on the island. FDOT owns and maintains the main road on Longboat Key, Gulf of Mexico Drive, which has 6 crosswalks altogether. The request to review those crosswalks was made months before an 85-year-old resident was struck and killed trying to cross the road in the morning just a few weeks ago. FDOT will use staff and cameras to observe pedestrian crossing patterns and then decide if the existing crosswalks need to be moved or more of them installed.
I mean, we don't want to find a place that's just a safe place but never gets used because it's so far out of the way. You know, it's a balancing act to make sure that it's safe and it's accessible and it's usable for our pedestrians and cyclists.
According to FDOT, between 9,000 and 17,000 cars travel on Gulf of Mexico Drive every single day. And 2 new roundabouts are on the way for Sarasota. One roundabout planned for the intersection of State Road 72, which is also the intersection of Clark and Proctor Road. The other will be at the intersection of State Road 72 and Ibis Street, which turns into Talon Boulevard. The workshop will take place on Thursday, May 17th at the Green Building in Twin Lakes Park in Sarasota. That's located on Clark Road. It will be held at 5 p.m. and run until 7 p.m. People attending that workshop will get the chance to review project displays and speak one-on-one with project team members about those additional roundabouts. Tonight, a Bradenton man is in the Hillsborough County Jail. Troopers say he was driving the wrong way on I-75. Joseph Newmeyer was heading north in the southbound lanes near the Manatee-Hillsborough County line early this morning. Troopers say they stopped Newmeyer at a traffic signal, and then he rammed into the patrol car, took off, and then at times driving the wrong way again on US 41. He was eventually stopped by troopers who spun out his vehicle. Newmeyer now faces multiple charges, including DUI and fleeing to elude. A shocking and confusing situation for a Northport woman when police suddenly swarmed her home. Police responded to the woman's home for what they thought was a hostage situation involving 3 masked men. But the call was fake. It was later determined to be a swatting incident. That's when someone clones a phone number and then calls 911 reporting a fake crime.
I never heard of somebody's getting swatted. That's the first time I ever heard it from police officers, and they told me that it's actually coming.
The FBI is now involved. They're working to trace down the original call. If they can find the person who made it, that person could be arrested. A Booker High teacher is putting the school in the national spotlight tonight. Barnes & Noble Booksellers honoring college and careers advisor Lem Andrews today with the National Teacher of the Year Award.
He's basically the reason I'm going to college, and he's done so much for me. He's my mentor, he's my ally, he's like my biggest fan, and he deserves it, and he's helped a lot of kids, not just me.
For years, Barnes & Noble has supported education in Sarasota County. In addition to free books for children, they also serve as a book fair partner. And a big congratulations to Pineview High School in Sarasota. They're ranked the #1 school in the state of Florida, according to U.S. News & World Report's 2018 Best High School Rankings. 2 others in Sarasota also made it to the top 100 list. Riverview High ranking at number 69 and Suncoast Polytechnical High School ranking at 71. Lakewood Ranch High School in Manatee County also made the top 100, coming in at number 97. Coming up, clouds and showers are back with us today, but will they spoil your weekend plans? Bob Harrigan will have your first alert weather forecast in just a bit. Plus, Meghan Markle's mother meeting the in-laws for the first time today. We have the latest from the royal wedding.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Peterson Toyota of Sarasota offers hundreds of models to choose from. And now you can take your shopping experience to the next level with SRQ Plus. You'll love its added benefits exclusively at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota or toyotaofsarasota.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I know yesterday, Bob, you said for the weekend it may be decreasing as far as rainfall goes, but how's it look for us?
Well, right now it's decreasing. That's all we really care about right now. It's
Yes,
really quite
exactly.
dry out there. Here's what's going on right now. Tower cam showing clear skies this evening. Things really dried out quite nicely, and that is looking rather impressive. You can see from the clouds there, a few showers around now and again moving on through, but a beautiful sunset it was, and thanks to all the people who got the picture sent in. Couldn't get to them tonight. Got lots going on. Well, here are the weather headlines. Here's how they read. Rain stays elevated through the weekend, so we have a pretty good chance for showers and some storms. Heavy rain at times, too, especially over the weekend. Now, it looks like tomorrow things will be improving a little bit. We won't see as many storms due to some drier air that's filtering in. Keeping an eye on the tropics next week. It looks as though the GFS and the European are still showing a little system spinning up out in the Gulf, actually down in the Western Caribbean, getting into the Gulf and possibly into the Atlantic. Look at all that rain to the east of us now. What's going to happen is high pressure is going to build in as that low pressure leaves, and we're going to see more of an east to southeasterly wind flow. That'll start to keep that dry air that's all kind of bottled up to the west of us moving away. So we're going to see a return of showers and storms, I think, over the weekend. A little dry slot has moved in across west central Florida now. The GOES IR satellite is showing a steady stream of moisture extending all the way down into the Western Caribbean. This is the area we'll watch, especially come Monday and Tuesday of next week, to see if everything is going to develop. It's been a hotbed of activity, though. There's been a lot of convection down there. I mentioned that dry air. You can see it all right there. Little lobe got peeled off and went right into west central Florida this evening, clearing skies out a little bit, so that was quite nice for sunset tonight. There's still some energy out here that may sneak on by tomorrow. The rain chance isn't all that high tomorrow, 50%. I think we'll see more sunshine too on Friday, and then a good chance for afternoon and evening storms comes back on Saturday and Sunday. The winds will stay out of the south tomorrow, but eventually by Saturday those winds will start to become more out of the east and southeast, which will allow us to see the storms kind of work their way toward the west coast, something that hasn't happened lately. We've had all that southwesterly flow, and that has pushed all the storms, at least the big ones, well to the east and the east coast. 72 right now. The humidity's up there. Winds out of the southeast at 11. The pressure has been rising, and that high pressure rising just off the coast of Florida there in the Atlantic. We'll switch our winds around. 72 degrees currently, and it's the dew point temperature at 70. The high today managed to get to 84 despite the clouds and rain, just a couple degrees shy of the average, 86. And the European forecast model is suggesting tomorrow not as many showers around. A few scattered storms again in the afternoon and evening possibility, but you'll notice what happens on Saturday. We start to see a return of that high pressure ridge blowing things back toward the coast, and especially on Sunday, there's a chance we could see some moderate to heavy storms, and we'll keep an eye on that system that possibly could be popping up down to our south there as far as that goes. As far as boating goes tomorrow, scattered showers. Winds will be out of the south at 10 knots, so not too bad. Seas running right around 2 feet, and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. And as far as the UV index goes, it will be 9 tomorrow. As I mentioned, the boating forecast looks to be pretty good over the weekend. Just have to dodge those storms, I think, in the afternoon and evening. The 7-day forecast, 50% chance for showers and storms tomorrow, and 84 degrees. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Here's the 7-day. Again, 60% chance on Saturday, 70% on Sunday. Now, these are showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and evening, and they could be rather strong at times. And then temperatures staying into the low to mid 80s through Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday into the mid to upper 80s, and a slight chance for a few showers. Now, we told you a couple weeks ago, M2, the Tom Wallen Reef, was renourished by some new reef balls, and dedication to the memorial there. 100 years Waltz has been in the business here along the Sun Coast, and on one of those reefs was a plaque of Tom, who was a big actual environmentalist, and also he always wanted to maintain the fisheries here. Such a big business for the family here. They've been, I think, 5 or 6 generations of anglers here, and people taking care of business. And the tournament again is Pretty big deal. Well, here's what's happening now as far as that goes. Pictures, I want to show you those. This is a nice photo, 70 miles offshore. Caught one of these a long time ago. I think it was 28 years ago, blackfin tuna. And this photo was sent in by Captain Chris, and Chris is showing off there, and Captain Trey Dietz with his customer, Trey on the right, Baywalker 2, with a nice big snook. And happy birthday to Captain Scott Moore. He celebrated his birthday a couple days ago with his grandkids there. Having a great day. He's always sending nice photos in. And Breakwater Charters, Captain Brian Marcy, also with his client catching a big snook. Tom Whalen Memorial, it takes place this Sunday. We're hoping the weather cooperates. It's from noon until 8 o'clock. It's May 20th at Walt's Fish Market. They raise money at this thing, and you wouldn't believe all the captains who have donated trips, as well as some of the restaurants, and on top of that, hotels, week stays, so on and so forth, to raise money so that they can maintain the fisheries, especially M2, the Tom Whalen Reef out there.
Well, I hope the best for that day. Hopefully the rain
we do
stays
too.
off.
Yeah, should be okay.
All right, thank you
All
so
right.
much, Bob. Well, we are now less than 2 days away until the royal wedding. ABC's Molly Hunter is in London and shows us how people there are preparing.
The first glimpse of the royal couple as they headed for rehearsal Thursday. In the back of the car, less than 48 hours to go now. It's been a roller coaster couple of days for Meghan after a flurry of tabloid reports in recent days about her father. Meghan released a statement Thursday saying, "Sadly, my father will not be attending our wedding. I have always cared for my father and hope he can be given the space to focus on his health." But her mother, Doria, did touch down yesterday, meeting the in-laws, the groom's father, Prince Charles, and Camilla for some tea, also meeting Prince William and Kate. And Friday, she meets the Queen. But no matter Meghan's disappointment about her father, she added in her statement, "Please know how much Harry and I look forward to sharing our special day with you." And we, well, the world's media and tens of thousands of royal fans cannot wait to share in every little detail.
Just something different and something very special and unique.
Already Thursday, crowds lining the streets to watch the rehearsal. The band, the choir, and the carriage empty today, but on Saturday will be carrying the newlyweds.
And the big question tonight is, will Doria walk Meghan down the aisle? Now, it's rare, but not unheard of in the royal family. Queen Victoria gave both her daughters away, so Doria would be in very good company. Molly Hunter, ABC News at Windsor Castle.
And remember, you can watch the entire ceremony live here on ABC7 on Saturday morning starting at 5 o'clock. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new tonight. Security, Will Arnett is here.
A lot of people have been super threatened by my talent.
Plus, the popular Lily Singh. And can people on Hollywood Boulevard name a book?
Can we cut this and do it again?
Spoiler alert, they can't. Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, "You should do something special for yourself." First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7.
We've been following breaking news for you. A shooting that took place.
There is a person of interest.
We are looking at a rainmaker, this cluster of clouds heading toward the state of Florida.
Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Now, sports.
The Lightning back on the ice tonight in Washington, trying to tie up the best-of-7 series. The Bolts taking some momentum into tonight's game after taking a convincing win over the Capitals on Tuesday. And what a nail-biter it was. Bolts take the win 4-2, scoring a goal at the very last second, tying the Eastern Conference series at 2 games apiece. Game 5 will be Saturday night in Tampa Bay. And the Tampa Bay Rays starting a weekend series in Southern California. The Los Angeles Angels hosting the Rays. Right now it's the bottom of the 4th and the score is still 0-0. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning battle number straight ahead.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A Navy veteran is getting ready to settle into his new home, fully furnished by members of the community. Oscar Juarez moved to Bradenton to be closer to his family. His leg was injured during his third tour in Afghanistan. Now retired at 44 years old, he's looking to make the Suncoast home. His real estate agent helped him find the home. When she found out he had no furniture or money to furnish his home, she then went on a mission.
I put a note out for everybody, bulk email through Wagner Realty, to please, anybody have any furniture or anything they can donate, to please let us know. So they, the response was overwhelming.
It definitely says a lot about the city that I've now moved in, that I chose to plant roots and stay. Everyone just showing to be very friendly, very kind, very hospitable, and just very loving.
The now former homeowner comes from a military family and is a veteran herself. She was also part of the collection process and even lowered the price of the home and is covering the closing cost so that Juarez could afford to move in. Just shows how great our community here is on the Suncoast.
Sure is. A lot of community events too taking place over the weekend. We're hoping the rain stays away, but there's a pretty good chance we will see showers and storms scattered about. I think it's going to be a washout, but we will see some mainly in the afternoon and evening. And tomorrow, not bad. It should be a little bit more sunshine tomorrow. Looks to be okay. Looks like the crossweight tournament begins tomorrow too. Okay. And they have the captain's meeting at the Braden Yacht Club.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. And thank you all for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good one.